Hello students, today we are discussing next topic, torque acting on a current loop. In last lecture we studied about the force acting on a current carrying conductor placed in a magnetic field, and three situations we discussed: if the wire is straight line, if the wire is in arbitrary shape, or if the wire contains the circular loop or it is the closed loop. Then for the closed loop, the force acting we discussed, it is equal to 0. If the force is 0, then how the torque produces, that we are observing or that we are understanding in this article. So situation is that the magnetic field B, uniform magnetic field is given, and the coil PQRS is placed in a uniform magnetic field B, such that the plane of the coil is parallel with the magnetic field. Now let me explain in this term in detail. If this is the magnetic field parallel to the board, then this is the coil, and you can say plane of the coil is parallel with the magnetic field. This I can explain in another way also. Perpendicular of the plane of the coil or normal of the plane of the coil is perpendicular with the magnetic field. Is it right? If I am saying perpendicular of the plane of the coil, means the area vector, if length and breadth multiplied by area is a vector quantity that is shown by the perpendicular drawn to here. So we can say in another way also, this coil is parallel with the magnetic field, or normal of the coil is perpendicular with the magnetic field. So this is situation. And now this coil contains four parts: PS, SR, RQ and QP. PQ and SR, they are the horizontal parts, and PS and QR, they are the vertical sides of the rectangular frame. Now we know that the force acting on a straight, if you are assuming these four are the straight conductors. So PQ is the straight conductor and it is placed in a magnetic field of induction B. Then we know the force is equal to ILB. Force acting on it will equal to ILB sin theta. Right? So if this is the force acting is equal to ILB sin theta, where theta is the angle between length, that is the direction of the current, and the magnetic field. Now for these two sides, for PQ, see the direction of the current is this and direction of the magnetic field is also this. So this angle theta will equal to 0. So force will equal to 0. So force on the side PQ is equal to 0. Force on the side PQ. Similarly, force on the side SR, these are anti-parallel. This is the magnetic field and this is the direction of the current. So here theta is equal to 180 degree. So force is sin 180 is again 0. So force is also equal to 0 for the side SR. So these two forces will cancel each other. Now these two sides are remaining, PS and QR. Now see here direction of the current and the magnetic field. In both the cases, direction of current and the magnetic field, they are perpendicular to each other. So here which rule we will apply? To find out the direction of the force, we will apply Fleming's left hand rule. And what is it? Stretch your fingers. See, this middle finger or this point finger will give the direction of the magnetic field. Middle finger will give the direction of the current. This is the upward direction of the current. This is field. So this thumb will represent the direction of the force. So this is direction of the force. Similarly for this side, this is field, right? Current in, this is the field in this direction, current in downward direction, right? So the magnetic force will acting in upward direction. So these two forces are acting on the sides PS and QR, having the magnitude same F in equal and opposite direction as per the Fleming's left hand rule. So when two forces are acting at two different points, their line of action do not coincide. They constitute a couple. Right? I am repeating once again. if these two forces are acting at two different points such that their line of action do not coincide, they constitute a couple. Line of action do not coincide means if you extend this force line and if you extend this force line in both the ways, they are not meeting at any point. So line of action is not coinciding, so they will constitute a couple. So they produce a torque. So what is a torque? That is the deflecting torque will act on the coil. So this torque is defined by, it is force into moment arm. That is the perpendicular distance between axis of rotation and line of action of the force. So this magnitude of the force is ILB because angle between them is 90 degree, and the moment arm, if B is the breadth of this coil and L is the length, then the area will equal to L into B. So force will equal to ILB multiplied by moment arm is B, right? Force is equal to ILB sin 90, so it is equal to ILB multiplied by moment arm. Moment arm is a perpendicular distance between the two, which is equal to small b, which is the breadth of the coil. L is the length of the coil. So length into breadth multiplied by area of the coil. So it is equal to IAB, which is the deflecting torque. So the coil will get deflected for the single turn. If the coil having the n turns, if the n wires are rotating or it is wounded on this frame, so the number of turns are n, so torque will produce is equal to NIAB, right? But here the net force is 0. So net force is 0, so there is no linear displacement of the coil, but because of the torque, the coil will get deflected about the axis. So this will be deflection will produced in the coil. So this is a simple situation in which we are discussing the plane of the coil is parallel with the magnetic field. Now if the plane of the coil, if it is not parallel with the magnetic field, in second situation, means what? How it is? If this is the magnetic field, if this is the magnetic field, right? And in first situation this is the coil. But if coil gets deflected with the angle theta like this, then what will be the torque? That we have to find out. Are you getting this? This is the coil. This is one situation. Coil is rotating, coil is rotating, coil is parallel. Again it is rotating, and it is perpendicular, right? Because area vector here, it is perpendicular to the, this coil is the area vector. So we will see what will be the angle in different situation. Now right now we are studying an arbitrary situation in which the coil making an angle theta with the magnetic field B. Coil making an angle theta means what? Plane of the coil or normal of the plane of the coil making an angle theta with the magnetic field. Right? Again I am explaining this. If this is the magnetic field, this is the deflecting position. Okay, this is the deflecting position. So normal will be the area vector. So this area vector and this magnetic field, angle between these two is equal to theta. Okay, now again same situation we have to handle and we have to find out the deflecting torque. Again here, these two parallel sides, they experience a force which are equal and opposite, or they cancel each other, because in deflecting position also the angle between magnetic field, or in deflecting position also the coil remains perpendicular to the magnetic field. So here this will angle will sin 0, so horizontal side do not experience any force, and the vertical sides, again vertical sides will be perpendicular to this, so it will experience a force which is magnitude is given by ILB. But what is the difference between this and that? Here the moment arm is the different. Here the moment arm is B, but here we have to find out the moment arm because the coil is deflected. right? So to find out the moment arm means what? It is the perpendicular distance between the line of action of the forces. So if this is the force, this is another force. If I join this, if I extend this, and if I drop perpendicular from here, so this x will be the perpendicular distance between the line of action of the force. So this triangle is there, right angle triangle. So sin theta is equal to opposite upon hypotenuse x upon b. So x is equal to b sin theta. Alright. So again, using the basic concept, torque is equal to force into moment arm. What is force? Force is ILB. It is the same. What is moment arm here? Now it is d sin theta. So it is I length into breadth is area into b sin theta. So for one turn it is the torque. For the number of turns, for n turns, the torque will be n into IAB sin theta. Now this torque is the vector quantity. So multiplied by NIAB sin theta multiplied by n cap. What is n cap? It is the perpendicular vector, or it is the vector with b and the angle theta. That is in the direction of area vector. So this will be the unit vector n cap in the direction of area vector. So this is the vector n cap. Unit length drawn will be the unit vector n cap, which gives the direction of this torque. Are you getting this? This n cap and the area vectors are the same. So torque is equal to, in vector form, NIAB sin theta into n cap. Now we will discuss the different situations. If the angle theta, because these are the constant quantities NIAB, only changing is theta. So in case 1, if theta is 90 degree, so sin 90 equals to 1. So torque is equal to NIAB. Theta is 90 degree means what? Which angle is theta? This angle is theta. Means angle between B and the normal of the coil. Area drawn, it is normal of the coil, is 90 degree. Means what? This angle, if it is the magnetic field, this is the coil. So this angle, this is the area vector. So this angle, this is the area vector of the coil. So angle made by this magnetic field and area vector is 90 degree. So in this situation, what we will say, that plane of the coil is parallel with the magnetic field. Both are the same. Plane of the coil is parallel with the magnetic field, or normal of the area is perpendicular to the magnetic field. So here, so this situation is here when theta is 90 degree. Sin 90 is 1, maximum torque is there, NIAB. Now for theta is 0 degree, then sin 0 is 0, torque is 0. When theta is 0 degree, this angle when becomes 0 degree. When this angle becomes 0 degree, then which situation will be here? If this is the magnetic field, right, coil will like this. What is the perpendicular, or what is the normal of the coil? That is the area vector. The area vector will be like this. So angle between these two, area vector and the magnetic field, is 0 degree. Are you getting this? So this angle is 0 degree. So sin 0 is 0, so torque is minimum, which is equal to 0. So when the torque is maximum, when the coil is in the direction of the magnetic field, it will experience a maximum. It will experience a maximum torque. What is the value of maximum torque? It is equal to NIAB for n turns. What is the situation of minimum torque? When the normal of the plane of the coil is, or when theta equals to 0 degree, that is normal of the plane of the coil is perpendicular to the magnetic field. So sin theta will, theta equals to 0, so sin 0 will equal to 0. So torque will be the minimum. Now we are discussing the term magnetic dipole moment and how it is analogous with the electric dipole moment. What is magnetic dipole moment? For this, we will write this equation: torque acting on a current carrying coil placed in an uniform magnetic field of induction B is given by NIAB sin theta n cap, where n cap is the unit vector perpendicular to the area. So this is the equation. Now this term I into A, that is the product of current and the area, is called the magnetic dipole moment. For n turns it is NIA. So this equation we can write NIA is replaced by the magnetic dipole moment mu bar. So this we can write torque is equal to mu bar B sin theta n cap. What is mu bar? Magnetic dipole moment, and which is equal to NIA. So this sin theta product or the sin theta is the cross product. So we can write torque is equal to mu bar cross B bar. Alright. So many times the problem asked on this topic, find out the magnetic dipole moment. So formula for magnetic dipole moment of n turns, it is equal to NIA, where I is the current, A is the area of the coil, and n is the number of turns. Now see, in the electrostatic chapter, the torque acting on electric dipole is given by P bar cross E bar. What is P bar? It is the electric dipole moment. What is it? It is the product of one of the charge multiplied by distance between the charge is 12. What is E? Is the external electric field. So see these two equations. Torque, magnetic torque is mu bar cross B bar, and electric torque is P bar cross E bar. So these two equations are analogous to each other, because this is the electric dipole, this is magnetic dipole, this is external electric field, this is D is the external magnetic field. So these two quantities are analogous to each other. Now same we will see for this magnetic potential energy and electrical potential energy, how they are analogous to each other. What is the potential energy when it is stored? First we will see the simple example for the mechanical potential energy. If this is the object in my hand, it has the potential energy because this is against the gravity. I am holding the object, so I have to perform the work against the gravity. So potential energy, mechanical potential energy is stored in this object. As I am going up and up, more work has to be performed, so more energy, potential energy is stored in the object. So this is the mechanical potential energy, and similarly there is a magnetic potential energy when the current carrying coil placed in an uniform magnetic field of induction B. When the as we know the torque acts on the coil, it gets deflected. So because of the torque, work has to bring the coil to the equilibrium position. We have to perform the work against this force. So this work is stored in the form of the magnetic potential energy. Right? Now first we will see the electric potential energy through the chapter of electrostatics, which is given by electric potential energy U is equal to minus P bar dot E bar. It is a scalar quantity. It is the product of minus P bar dot E bar. What is P? Is the electric dipole moment, and E is the external electric field. It is the dot product. So it is a scalar quantity. Now we can write the equation for the magnetic potential energy. It is the analogous quantities. These two are analogous quantity. So with the reference of this, we can write down for the magnetic potential energy U is equal to minus sign is there. P is replaced by electric dipole moment, means it should be the magnetic dipole moment mu bar dot electric field. Here in the magnetism, in this magnetic field, the magnetic field is there, that is B. So the magnetic potential energy U is equal to minus U bar dot B bar. This is equal to minus of mu B cos theta. Right? See here, the torque acting is mu bar cross B bar. The magnetic potential energy is mu bar dot B bar with a minus sign. Now we will find out the maximum and minimum potential energy. So when theta is 0 degree, cos 0 equals to 1. So the potential energy will equal to minus mu B. which is the minimum potential energy. Why? Because it is a scalar quantity. Minus sign means it is the less than 0. So minus mu b will be the minimum potential energy. Now when theta is 180 degree, so cos theta, cos 180 is minus 1. So this minus will plus here, and the potential energy will equal to mu b with a plus sign, means plus mu b. So potential energy ranges from minus mu b to plus mu b. This is minimum potential energy and this is the maximum potential energy. When the angle is 0 degree, minimum potential energy. When angle is 180 degree, maximum potential energy. See in this diagram also. This is the magnetic dipole moment. This is the magnetic field. When these two are angle, they are parallel to one another. So angle between them is 0 degree. So this is the minimum potential energy. And they are anti-parallel to each other, then the angle between them is 180 degree. So this is the position of the maximum potential energy. Now let me explain once again when the angle is 0 degree or 90 degree or 180 degree. Now see, this is the magnetic field acting in this direction. Now this is the situation of the coil. If I am keeping coil like this, right? So the area vector of the coil will be perpendicular to this area, right? This is the area vector. Now see, the angle between area vector and the magnetic field is 0 degree. So cos theta will equal to 0. So this is the original position of the coil. If you rotate the coil further, torque will act, so the potential energy is stored. Now when the coil becomes like this, in this situation, this is perpendicular drawn, so this angle is 90 degree, cos 90 is 0, potential energy is 0, right? If you rotate further and when the coil makes like this, here the area vector is here, so angle between these two, magnetic field and the area vector, is 180 degree. So cos 180 is minus 1, so potential energy will be mu b, and which is equal to the maximum. So in this way, the potential energy is minimum when the angle is 0. At the same time, torque is also minimum. Potential energy is maximum when angle is 180 degree, and potential energy in between these two, potential energy is 0 when angle is 90 degree. At that time, the torque is maximum, and which is equal to NIAB. So these two quantities, electric potential energy and magnetic potential energy, they are also analogous to each other. Okay, thank you.